Hey there, folks. I'm meteorologist Matt Barentine. Big picture shows us we had a frontal boundary that came in that helped dry us out a little bit. Hasn't done much for our temperatures. We're still incredibly hot, but at least we're not so terribly humid. We won't see 110s or the heat index values. We'll still see them over 100 on our Friday afternoon, but we won't see 110s. Here's the actual temperatures, and the temperatures are going to get blazing hot. We're going to get up to right around the triple digits here on our Friday afternoon. So we had that searing heat going on for us. But here's those heat index values that I was talking about. At least these won't get crazy high. They're not going to be comfortable, obviously, about 104, 105. You know, if we were 90 degrees, we can get heat index values like this if we were humid enough. So at least that's got something going for us. It's not that humid at this point. Eventually, the humidity will increase. Look at the tropics. Things have fired up out in the tropics. We have 4 areas you're watching at this point. Nothing with a number, nothing with a name. That'll eventually change here, but, you know, we got 4 different areas to watch. They got 3 out in the Atlantic, and I'm not really concerned with these getting to the mainland U.S., and I'll explain in a minute why. And then we got this other one that's a tropical wave right now north of Haiti and near the Bahamas. It's going to work its way straight through the Florida Straits and then into the Gulf of Mexico. I know that's probably the one you're going to want to think about. And look at what it's going to run into. It's going to run into some very warm waters. That 43 is something's wrong with that buoy, but obviously got up near 90-degree water here. 2 to 3 degrees above normal. So you got rocket fuel in the water, and then wind shear. You see bright blue areas. That's where there's wind shear. That's out here in the Atlantic where there's other storms you're going to have to contend with. But this one that's going into the Gulf is going to find an area where almost no wind shear. So that's going to help it out as well. The limiting factor, I think, is going to be how fast it's going to be moving across the Gulf. It's going to be moving very quickly. So that's going to help us out here with this system. And also make note of Hurricane Hilary out there in the Pacific. That one's eventually going to work its way up to Southern California. And here's why. We got a big old heat dome here in the middle of the U.S. actually working its way closer to us. Here's that tropical wave. Here's Hilary. Hilary's going to go around the back of that heat dome, and this tropical wave is going to go around the south end of the heat dome. Now, storms can't make a turn and come up our way because it cannot climb over this. Think of it as a big mountain. It can't turn north straight into it. Won't happen. It'll be directed around it. It'll have to flow around it. That's what's going to happen. That's Monday. Here's that system. We might get a couple of showers off at Monday. We'll see. But it's going to work its way due to the west over towards Texas as this heat dome builds in right on top of it. And folks, this will be the big story next week. Not that tropical system most likely, because this is going to be something. This may be a historic heat wave that is headed our way. The 10-day outlook, this graphic not really built to show you this many hundreds, so it gets a little confusing. There's the system going by on Monday. That'll be the coolest day of the whole thing. Will move south of us. But then look at this. By middle of next week, we're going to be well into the 100s, and I'm being conservative with the numbers. The models are going possibly up to all-time record highs for us. 105 is the hottest temperature ever recorded in Mobile back in August of 2000. There's some possibilities here. I'm keeping it conservative for now. Let's get some more information here because it's still 6-7 days down the line. But get ready, folks. It is going to be blisteringly hot next week.